this season.
Okay.
Starting right here.
Hang on a second. I got to write this down.
At Hallis Hall.
We have a podcast, little chunks, and we'll put this in little chunks, and you don't even have to write it down.
Yeah, you can just pick it up later off the YouTube channel, youtube.com/@Kaplanjhood.
Yeah, but when I have to refer to this when he's wrong, at least I've got the yellow pad page in front of me.
Oh, that's fine. Teams I expect to make the playoffs after missing last season. I begin with the Chicago Bears right here at Hallis Hall. Adding a quarterback in Caleb Williams, immediately insulating him with high-level receivers, DJ Moore, Keenan Allen. You get a top 10 receiver in the draft in Roma Dunze. Took him in the top 10. You rework DJ Moore's contract that actually added cap space this offseason, sitting at $21 million currently. I think there's a move left out of this front office before the season gets started, or two. They have set themselves up really well that if health is good, they can contend in this division. They should win 10 games and be a wild card team in the NFC.
And the $21 million does not have to be spent by opening day. Maybe they get Yannick Ngakoue, who I keep hearing from people I trust, is pricing himself a little too rich for the Bears' blood. So they're like, we're going to wait.
Mm-hmm.
And that allows you at the trade deadline, like when you got Montez Sweat, you've got like 9 or 10 draft picks next year. Wait a second now. We could trade for that dude.
Yep.
And you don't know what, God forbid, injury pops up.
Well, I heard Waddle talking about it yesterday. You have an extra second-round pick, so if the Jets and Hassan Reddick can't come to terms and they want to hold you over a barrel in a deal, whatever. Take it.
There you go. We'll take them. Let's go.
Yeah, I would agree that the Bears, a non-playoff team, becomes a playoff team this year.
Yep.
Shay?
All right, the next up team, the Cincinnati Bengals. This one, almost cheating. Last year, they missed the playoffs, but they had 9-win talent without their quarterback. This year, Joe Burrow expected to be healthy. I don't think it's all great news out of Cincinnati. Off-field stuff happening with Trey Hendrickson and with Jamar Chase. But they got Jermaine Burton in the draft, wide receiver out of Alabama, who I really like as a higher-level depth kind of receiver. Joe Burrow's proven in crunch time, fourth quarter of games, he's nails. Bengals make the playoffs as long as Burrow stays healthy.
Yeah, I wonder if I could fast forward through his career, Shay, what does Burrow's career look like? Is it just the one Super Bowl appearance? Does he win a Super Bowl? Because, the Super Bowl is not for everybody, right? You can go for it, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you can win it. So I'd like to know what his career is going to be like. I think individually with his numbers, I think it's going to be great. But a Super Bowl, still to be determined. I think a perennial playoff team, the Bengals, but a championship level, we're going to find out. Not so sure.
He's an awesome football player and a great dude. Everybody talks about how good he is in the room and in the community. Like, he's got the whole package. But can he win a Super Bowl? Jamar Chase walks out the door or T. Higgins walks out the door. Where you get one of those?
Right, the individual accomplishment, I have nothing against that. I'm just wondering whether or not he'll ever win a Super Bowl championship. And we're past the old days of Cincinnati being cheap or the worst organization in the world. We're past that. We're past the Marvin Lewis days. But I'm just wondering, will the Bengals supply him with enough for him to be able to achieve that goal?
We'll find out.
They got to prove they still have to prove to me that they're different in terms of the cheapness. This Jamar Chase thing's a little ongoing. You've dealt with the T. Higgins stuff. You've dealt with the Trey Hendrickson stuff. Frankly, if I'm a Bengals fan, I'm furious at my organization for letting it get to this point. So they have to prove that to me. But I think as far as this season goes, those issues are going to be resolved. They're going to be good on the football field.
Well, we'll hope so.
Next team up, the Atlanta Falcons. They're going to win the NFC South. That division's a joke. Tampa Bay, the last 2 seasons combined, was 17-17. They won the division both years. The only reason the Falcons didn't win it last year is because their head coach was an idiot. How does a team draft Bijan Robinson, Kyle Pitts, Drake London, consecutive drafts? You're going elite weaponry in the first round and then not use them. I have to imagine with the new coaching staff, you're going to use your best weapons. Kirk Cousins joins the fray. That team wins the division. They go to the playoffs.
So what do we have in that division? Carolina, terrible. New Orleans, Tampa won it, and Atlanta. Those are the 4.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm with you. 100%. 100%.
Yeah, with the Falcons, because it's Kirk Cousins, a healthy Cousins. Let's watch him now. I haven't heard anything in camp about him just as of yet, Shay, on a flowery branch. Anything happening here with his injury? How does he look? Because it's all going to be on his shoulder. You know he's going to get you there. Now, what happens when you get there is a different story, but he can get you there because he's that good.
They're the dream, I think, for the Bears. If the Bears can get a matchup in the wild card round, I think Atlanta's the dream matchup. I think that's the team you want. One and done Cousins. Caleb can get a playoff win.
That's the matchup you want. How about that, Cap?
Yeah, I'm not.
Not to get 17 weeks ahead of myself.
Really?
I'm just making the preseason point to you. If there's any, if the Bears are going to be a wild card team, if there's any division winner that you want, it's probably the one that wins the South.
I'm going to reserve judgment. I'll wait. Let's see how this all plays out.
You are going to reserve judgment?
I take a measured approach. Shay.
Next team, I'm going to
Take
start
that.
taking some long shots here. Hoodie.
A lie. Huh?
The Indianapolis Colts will make the playoffs.
That's a lie.
I think the Houston Texans win that division. Adding what they did on the pass rush is great to me. I still have questions about Jacksonville. Offensive line is an absolute disaster. When you have Travis Etienne and you still can't run the football, you stink. The Colts, to me, I'm excited about Anthony Richardson. I've flipped my position on him. He's a physical freak that I do have belief in as an NFL quarterback. Shane Steichen, one of the best play callers in football. Year 2, a roster with a ton of continuity, good offensive line. They're good up front. I trust Chris Ballard as much as anyone in this league in terms of talent acquisition. I think the Colts are flying way under the radar. Wild card team in the AFC.
You have a ticket, a secret ticket on the Colts, Shay.
I may have bet the yes next to Colts playoffs.
That's what I'm talking about.
Wow.
You can smell the ticket from here, Cap. The secret ticket on the Colt. It's good that Alex Brown joins us here on Cap and J Hood.
I like it. I like
Shay's
that.
looking around like, where's Alex?
I know.
I mean, you.
And then I see another Eberflus looking like. Everybody's growing Eberflus's beard, right? Everybody wants to look like Matty E.
Actually, I had it first, so maybe Eberflus is
that's
taking
it.
my beard.
Eberflus, cop your style. Yeah, let's get that on Hard Knocks. Matt Eberflus, Swagger Jack, and David Kaplan.
I just said beard.
Not the snow on the roof. Okay. But you could, though. You could have a little drop top if you want, like a little Dave Baum if you like. A little drop top. Top down today, Hoodie. Do.
Yeah, I'm not going to have the horseshoe, as my wife calls it, around the back. No.
Colts. How about that, everybody? Secret ticket.
Colts, yes, playoffs. Little plus money action.
Interesting.
Make yourself some money or lose. I don't know. Maybe I just am totally wrong on this.
Rock and roll.
The last team I got for you to make the playoffs that missed last year is the Seattle Seahawks. I am not really a Pete Carroll guy. I know he's accomplished a lot. I don't view him as particularly innovative. I don't think he was an especially great in-game coach. I think he surrounds himself with really good assistants, had a talented football team. But all he ever ran was a cover 3. There was never any adjustment. The offenses were vanilla, bland. Ugh. I actually think they may have upgraded with Mike McDonald. I think Mike McDonald could modernize this defense. He was stellar at Michigan with his internship with Jim Harbaugh. He was stellar in Baltimore with Jim Harbaugh's brother, John. Now he gets a chance to be the head guy in Seattle. I think Seattle can bounce back a little bit, get into the playoffs. I also think this is in part because, look, the 49ers got problems on their hands. Brandon Ayuk is apparently going to be traded, sounding this morning more and more like Pittsburgh. New England took themselves out of it because Ayuk doesn't want to play there. If he's traded and the Niners offense has to take any kind of step back, I think Dallas takes a step back. There's a spot, and I think Seattle can occupy it.
And with Dallas being out of the mix.
Yeah.
Dallas out of the mix. How about that? Now, that is confirmed McCarthy fired if Dallas doesn't make the playoffs.
Oh,
confirmed.
Gone. He's in the final year of his deal. By the way, Pete Carroll's got 291 wins. I don't think he's that good.
I don't.
You're out of your freaking mind.
I think he surrounds himself with really good assistants.
That's just a stupid, dumb take. This guy won almost 300 games.
He's going to go to the Hall of Fame.
Yes. Stop yourself. Come on, you're a smarter guy than that. You can go, he's not my cup of tea. The guy's a damn good football coach.
His end game stuff for years now has been a disaster. He's over there chewing gum, hands on his knees, doesn't know when to use his timeouts. How about the fourth quarter of the Super Bowl? The dumbest play call in history. Just chomp on your gum, Pete. Chomp on your gum.
He won 291 games.
Good for him.
This dude right here Yeah, I don't like him. He doesn't know what he's doing. And the thing that, stop. You're better than that. That's just dumb.
I've always thought he's not great. Anybody who won't just hand the ball to Marshawn Lynch on the 1 yard line in the fourth quarter of a Super Bowl, just keep chomping on the gum, Pete.
And that is our look around the NFL right here on ESPN 1000 and streaming on the ESPN Chicago app. What flavor of gum will Carroll have when he goes to the Hall of Fame?
Exactly.
Coach.
And I hope he calls Shea out right in the start of his speech.
Good for
Hey,
him.
that dumbass Shea Norling in Chicago, Hall of Fame bust, Super Bowl, 291 wins. Take that,
I'm
idiot.
happy for him. Get your gold jacket. Wonderful. I didn't think you were that great.
Wow.